Hey, hi everyone. Today we will be looking at the two-sum problem from LeetCode, one of the most popular interview question as well as one of the most liked questions on the LeetCode. So we have given an array of integer nums and an integer target. Return indices of two numbers such that they add up to the target. So we have, for example, we have given a target 9. We have given an integer arrays, which is 2, 7, 11, 15, and we have to return the indices of the value which sum up to the target. So in this case, we have 2 plus 7, which is equals to 9, and we are returning the indices of those particular values. So just look at this particular example which we have. And if we are going to go with the brute force approach, which is using two for loop, right? We can use the two for loops here. But eventually, so even in the two for loop, what we are going to do is in the first for loop, we are iterating, let's take I, and we are taking j, which would be greater than I, and just keeping that j iterating and see if I plus j equals to 9. So in this case, you see the nums of I plus the nums of j is equals to the target. If we find this particular condition, we are just returning the I and the j, and it will solve our problem. But the problem with this particular solution is this is O of n square, and we don't want an O of n square solution because we can optimize this particular solution with O of n. So let's just look at an optimized version of it. So if we want an O of n of solution, we have to use an hash map. And why? Let's just look at this particular solution. We have given an array. I'm just representing it again here, and the value we want to take is 9. So, so let's take an example this here. So 2 plus 7 is equals to 9. This is a value. But there are three different digits we are using here. But we have this one. And while we are iterating, since it is an OFN, we will be moving from left to right in this particular case. So we have this one as well, the ith value. So we have two values. So what we need to find is it would be 9 equals to 2 plus x. I'm just taking an example of first element here. And the x is equals to 9 minus 2, which is eventually 7. So we need to check if 7 presents in our array or not. So to make it more efficient, we are using a hash map here. Okay. So we are using a hash map, which would have key mapped to a value. In this case, our key is the number and the value is nothing but index. So what we are going to do as we are iterating it, we will check if this x value, the find value, which is 7 presents, the difference presents in an hash map. If it does, we just return the index. If it does not, we just add that particular value. So for in this example, if you see the first element, when we go to the first element, obviously we don't have any previous element. The hash map is empty. So we find a 7 as a difference. 7 is not present here. So we will just add 2 here it and the index would be 0. Okay. Then as we move forward, our I moves to 7. Then now the x is equals to 9 minus 7, which is equals to 2. Then yes, 2 presents. So what we are going to return is 0, taken it from here. Okay. 0 comes here, and from I we are going to print, which is eventually 0 comma 1, and that's what our answer is. Let's take a different example here. So there is another example. We have let's say 3, we have 4, we have 7, and then we have 6. Okay. And our target value is equals to 11. So what we will be doing, we have key and then value. Okay. So since our target is, which is x is equals to 11 minus 3, which is 8, 8 does not present in our hash map. So we are going to put 3 and then 0. Then we have x is equals to 11 minus 4, which is 7. 7 does not present in our hash map. So we will go into 4 and add. Then x is equals to 11 minus 7, which is equals to 4. Yes, 4 presents in our hash map. So we'll be returning 1 and then this, which is I, which is 2. That's our value. Let's see the code. Okay, now let's look at the solution. We will be having a hash map here. Okay. Since we are storing both integers, we will have integer. Okay. And we are using the for loop to iterate over the nums values, and we different, which is target minus nums of I. Okay. Then if map dot contains key, since we are storing the values as in key, we are using the contains key function here, and then we will use the difference. If that present, then just return. And to return the values, we will map dot get, and this is the key with I. And if that does not, the difference is not present, then we can add map dot put in nums of I, which would be key, and then I. This is the index. And in return, you can just return the array. Yeah, that's it. If we submit it, it should not give us any error, and that's it. See you in the next video. Thank you.